We didn't even do no countdown. We didn't do none of that. We just
Oh,
came
got right to it.
just right on, dog. I think this is on. Just jump right in like we supposed to be here.
Parachute.
It's one of them days, Trap.
Yeah, I know. No, it is. No, it is.
It's one of them days, man. I am not in a good space. And it's only because it's only because I genuinely think there's a movement of people that are black people that would love to see the demise of the streets. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about like white people, trying to keep crime together. None of that. I'm talking about there's people that look just like you and me, right? That would love to see the end of the streets. And yesterday when we did the spaces on Twitter, and I'm watching people like try to validate a lawsuit, right? Well, a lawsuit that challenges free speech, including in any competitive light, right? In any competitive light where it's two people competing for supremacy of skills and talent, you know what I'm saying? One wants the other to tell a record company or to censor another artist's work. That's the premise of like that lawsuit. Like, okay, Universal Music Group, you didn't censor the premise of the things this recording artist was saying, so I'm going to hold you liable, even though I engaged in this competition.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And I hear so many arguments about what people think the streets are, right? What people think gangs are. And it's frustrating, especially when it comes from black people. Like that's the most frustrating part. Like that is so frustrating. Like that, like I can't stress how frustrating that shit is. It's like unbelievably frustrating. And so you're telling people, hey, you know what? This doesn't make sense. This doesn't really make sense. They don't care. They just want to have their point for no reason. It does no justice. It does no good just being that way. I really don't understand what do you want to happen? Does that make sense? Like sometimes I argue with the homies and like in the group chat, and I'll be like specifically like problem, and it's like you'll put the thought of one person onto every person. And like when we talk about street urban culture specifically, we're talking about right things that are taught to people. These are the things taught to people, not the issues that people develop, you know what I mean, on their own, that's not being taught culturally. This is not the movement of things. Does that make sense, Trap? The difference?
Yeah, I get you. I get you on it. It is a thing being taught. It's not nothing that just occurs within somebody just figure out on their own. You know what I'm saying? I get exactly what you're saying. Pete, what up, Pete?
What's happening, guys?
Not much.
You guys pulled a
Yeah, he did.
A time switcheroo on me, such to the extent that you made me look like I was late.
Nah,
That's
man.
pretty slick. I gotta tell you.
Nah, man. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not that, dog. I was late. It's not really nobody's
Just
fault. I
giving
was
you guys
late.
a hard time. It was just funny. I was like, God, these guys are late, and then I show up and I'm late.
But it's really concerning me, Trap. Like, it's bothering me bad, dog. Like, I ain't gonna even lie, bro. Like, I'm so throw off this morning, and it'll be a bunch of people that don't have to like they don't get what's happening. And because it's a live case, right? Like, I can't even speak on it. You know what I mean? Like, to a real degree. Like, I was just telling Barbie, who's sitting in the studio. Barbara is one of the smartest, one of the coldest go-getters that I know in West Coast media.
What's going on, Bobby?
I appreciate that. Appreciate that. What's happening? What's happening?
But I was explaining to her that I had realized exactly what's going on in this case. Like, I realized exactly who the main person is in that case. Like, do you know how frustrating that is to know what's happening? And then now people just seeing this arrest announcement, and they like, yeah, well, you know, they got those gang members. That's how they talk. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know, they were doing this. And it's like, then you know what really happened. You know what I mean? You know what's propelling
Oh, my bad. I'm bugging right there.
the case.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what's propelling the case.
Hold on, I read back something.
It's blowing my mind, man. It's really messing me up. You know what I'm saying? And it's so many misinformed people that feel entitled to speak. Like, people who feel like I'm close. And this is kind of where me and Sherry clash all the time, right? It's like Sherry grew up in the same place that I grew up at. Like, if y'all know Sherry is like my childhood friend. We knew each other since little kids. But like, we will clash because I'm explaining to her, I would explain to her the true nuances, not the general consensus thought of what's happening, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I will explain to her, hey, this is exactly what's happening. Not because, you know, the average person sees gangs and they like, oh, it's about colors. No, it's about colors. And you be like, you really, you know, because to me, it's like crazy that, you know, I get it. This is what the movies say. The movies say this, or the, you know, the short-term thought is like, hey, these guys wear red, these guys wear blue. They fight. That's how it feels when you have no idea what's going on, because this is kind of the closest information you will have.
Well, sometimes people don't have an in-depth thought. There's a difference between there's a surface of what people see, and then there's the in-depth of what it really is.
Yeah, but
A lot of it is emblematic, and I think people say that emblematically. I don't think people like you make it sound like people think it is literally a point on the visible light spectrum disagreement. And I don't think that people mean it in that literal a sense. I think the reference is emblematic.
But Pete, that's the problem, and I think that's where you're wrong at. They do mean it in that sense.
With this.
I think that's where you have it confused. Like, they do mean it in that sense. They really think it's
That's
just
disappointing.
about colors. They really think it's just about colors. Why else would they know?
Might
What
think
else
that
would
the
they know?
arbitrary underpinnings, or that the underpinnings are a little arbitrary, but I don't think that they really think that it's somebody woke up on Tuesday and said, I prefer this color to that color. Oh yeah, well, I prefer that color to this color. Oh yeah?
That's
Like,
99. That's 99% of what's happening.
People see people go out in a red jacket. That's what they think.
That's all they know.
Yeah, but like, I don't think they think it's because of just simply the color red. I think
They do.
the emblematic nature of the color red being.
But what would be the emblematic nature?
In the sense that, like, Nickerson's rocks red. They don't. The situation isn't, oh, those guys from over there, we don't like them because of the color of shirt that they wear.
That is what most people think.
I think people simplify the way that they state it because they go, they just don't address the reverse engineering of the process as to how it came to that point.
No, they don't know. People in the Bay Area, Pete, argue with me all the time that what's happening up there is different than what's happening here.
That I can understand. I mean, like, the vibe that I got when I was up there was that the perception of what's going on in LA is like inherited more, for lack of a better phrase, versus more perpetually organic in Oakland. Like the 10 guys from over there that do a thing, and they might give themselves their little clique of name, but as soon as those guys get locked up or killed off or just get jobs or whatever or leave, whatever the fuck they do, then the John Doe boys from Blank Street no longer exist, and the next guys that show up have their own crew, their own name, and their own issues.
But that's not true. They have generations of communities. And this is my point. Like, man, look, everybody that commits a crime, you know, we all know what's what crime. Right? We all know what's a crime. We all know that the rules are set in America, and here is the crime. Right? But we also understand that the right and wrong is different for us when you come up culturally in this specific thing. Right? When you grow up specifically, you know, if somebody, you know, on a mainstream level, if 8 people jump on you, right, they kick your ass and you shoot somebody over it, in California, you're going to prison.
Trust me, I know.
Right? So criminally, that's considered wrong by the state of California. That's wrong. If you come back and shoot them because of it, you're wrong. Right? And then at that point, right, it's like you go to prison for first-degree murder. Simple. That's the criminal. That's the rules. But then culturally, we understand right and wrong. Right? We like, well, that person had that coming. Y'all shouldn't have did that person that way. We know it's right or wrong. And we understand that culturally that's important. You know what I'm saying? But my problem is when Black people start to align with a system built to oppress them. Now, here's another connection, right? We was on the same thing yesterday, right? We're talking about with the lawsuit going on with Dot and Drake. And it's like people are trying their best to wiggle that conversation into some level of an artist against a record label. And it's like, that's not what's happening, right? This is an artist that's suing a record label over a record from another artist. So then at that point, you're asking them to censor this artist. Yeah. That's the issue with the lawsuit. The lawsuit is he's asking them to censor, right? It's a defamation lawsuit. You need to censor what this man is saying about me because you're releasing the song.
So,
Yo, go ahead, Ken.
go ahead. Okay. So you saying that culturally what is right and wrong may go against what society thinks is right and wrong?
I think we have 2 different rights and wrongs. Shout out to the homie Champ Young. He's saying the streets is cooked. I don't agree with him.
So we got one culturally and then we got one mainstream.
Well, the problem is when we all start thinking we all Black that we share this culture. We don't.
Okay.
We ain't all from this. Some niggas really are like house Negroes.
Mm-hmm.
They really feel like, hey, you know what? I need to do whatever this white man says right, and I'm going to play by his rules, and that's how I'm going to live.
Django is a real thing.
Yeah, and it's a lot of Stevens.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying to the homie Champ. Like when you talk like that, it comes across like Stevens, right? It's one thing to say, hey, you know what? We need to be right to each other, and we need to do what's righteous and wrong. You know, that thing matters culturally where we're at. But then we don't allow them to set the rules or the standard of how we live.
Mm-hmm.
I've never let laws set the rules to how I live. Because if that was the case, people that look like me would still be on plantations.
True.
Yeah. But some people don't even like the man in the mirror. So if you don't even want the man in the mirror to win, you can't see another man whether it's the same color of your skin or not. Some people don't even want to see themselves win, so they definitely don't want to see another man or another person that looks just like them winning in something they're not winning at. That's just the truth.
I mean, I don't know what's propelling them to think that. Again, I think it's that same person that's on the plantation. Like, well, you know, Masters does gives us food.
Ephesians, right?
Yeah, Masters does, he
Ephesians,
feeds
right?
us. So, but we got some place, we got some cot to sleep. You know what I mean?
Trying
Like,
to mess up a good thing.
yeah, it's like I don't really. I've never went around telling somebody who obeys the law, "Hey, you need to break the law." But I'm also wise enough to go around telling people who break the law, "You need to obey the law."
I see our problem right now is different. I think that we have people on the plantation that where you have someone like you might be saying, hey, we need to dream bigger. We need to do more. And then you have that other person like, man, don't listen to him. He talk too much. You know, we have so many people that are pressing people to think bigger and do more that's really the problem.
I don't know. I just realized, I never realized, like, these would be the same people that would be telling people, like, turn your hat from the back to the front. Why you wear your hat to the back? Why is your pants hanging down? Why do you speak that bad English? Like, that's what it sounds like to me. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, without this, then you don't have those things. You know what I'm saying? So I think we all understand certain things, but to watch so many Black people be fooled into celebrating something that doesn't fit what's real. Like, Sherry has been in these comments rolling her eyes, mad, but she is a prime candidate of what I'm talking about. Where it's like, it's a false sense of I did it, everybody else can do it. You did it because your parents kept you away from people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they kept you away, so you don't culturally tie in. And it is like it's worse and worse. No Ceilings Live, the lunch hour, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon.
Yes.
Pacific Standard Time, right here on Digital Soapbox.
My
Hit the
bad.
thumbs up button. Let everybody know you in the house. We do this stream to support the No Ceilings podcast. Look below us, a link. New podcast just went up Tuesday. Really good. Me and Pete didn't do it. Me and Still did it. It was getting on my nerves as usual.
Wish
But
I
the
was
No
there for
Ceilings
that.
podcast, executive produced by Charlemagne the God, the Black Effect Podcast Network, and iHeart. And we get this thing started. Look, everybody, hit the like button. If you're on Twitter, retweet this link. If you're on Facebook, share this post. Look, everybody got to deal with their crimes. You know what I mean? I'm not disagreeing with that. But when Black people start to celebrate, if you don't think something is wrong, like, I'm really careful when I start to look at what that, because I understand what's right or wrong for us is different than what's right or wrong for the law. Mm-hmm. Again, if we go by right or wrong for the law, Black people should have never tried to escape the plantation. We should have just kept doing what we supposed to do because that was the law. So it's a lot of laws made to keep humans in check. Shout out to the Skinny Day one. Thank you for the $10. Glasses, I know this is off subject, but I know you seen what's going on up on y'all end. I'm gonna just say I'm gonna appreciate you for not playing certain type of internet games. Some so-called OGs up there, stay sharp. Yeah. I mean, I don't, even like in the R. Kelly case, people don't realize that TV show is what sparked the federal government to do that. People don't believe that. People don't believe what happened with Cassie sparked the government, the federal government, to get involved and create that case on Puff. People don't believe that these microphones have that kind of power. They don't really believe that. They don't believe that this is a system built looking for opportunities. You know what I'm saying? It's a system built looking for opportunities to take away from Black people. Like, if you don't believe this, then you don't understand what I'm talking about. And I get it. We are definitely in a time where racism doesn't seem as dominant. And I was telling Squishy, who moderates the No Ceilings lunch hour chat, Shout out to Sherry. Shout out to DJ No Diddy, Tree, Dog Walk, Squish. What's the deal? Task Clip.
Hello, yes, sir.
Fats. Lex, what's the deal? I got you, Lex. Lawless. No Cup. Ryan, what's up?
Shout out
Ryan.
Lawless.
Champ, what's the deal? Frank. Everybody. But like I'm just starting to realize how many Black people envy Django. I know that sound hella weird, but it's
big fact.
weird. I saw a dude today talking about Kanye, and it was interesting. And now I don't know. Maybe this is where I get too black, right? Because I everybody know I don't agree with a lot of the goofball shit Ye is doing. But again, you know, whatever. That's what he doing. Cool.
Child.
But he said, y'all should join me in ignoring Kanye West. His name is Brandon Pope TV. Shout out to Brandon Pope. He's on Twitter. He said, y'all should join me in ignoring Kanye West. Hip hop has passed him by. He's got zero value musically or culturally anymore. He's been a soulless, twisted phantom of his old self for a while. Every quote just gives him what he craves more than anything, to be noticed. Now, there was more, and this is my point, right? I'll read that in parts, in nuance. Like I'll read it and I'll think about it, right?
Yeah.
Right? Not just whatever and that's what we do sometimes. Like, oh, Puff fought Cassie. He should be in jail for life. Hold up, bro. Those things do not, I don't care if I'm disturbed at something he did with his old lady. That's not right. But that carry probation or a year, right? Like, I don't care how disturbed I am at you did something wrong. The same laws that y'all vote for and you idolize as the correctness, even though they have been used to weaponize and hurt you, right? This is what it says. But if it's like, well, you know, I don't care what they do to him, what he did to Cassie. That's the mentality. So a lot of times when I'm reading something like this, I have to take my time. And I responded. I said, I'm going to read this and I'm going to get back. Hip hop has passed him by. Has street urban culture passed him by? Possibly.
Yes.
Possibly.
We on
Possibly.
Manchester, he on Washington.
Possibly. I'm not certain. You know what I mean? Has street urban culture, the art of it, passed him by? Hell no. He's got zero value musically or culturally. That's ridiculous. This nigga is one of the great. I don't care how much I don't like what Cuz is doing. I am not going to start lying because I'm upset at something he's doing.
I was telling him that last night when we was listening to the album.
I would rather be like, fuck Cuz, he dope, fuck him. I'm not going to lie. He's got zero value. That's a lie. That's a flat out fucking lie. It's the reason why you had to make that tweet. Hip hop has passed him by. Has the artist? No, it's not. This nigga is still one of the most brilliant street urban creatives ever.
But is he using it properly?
That's not my problem.
Yeah,
that's my problem.
That's
why
the reason
I don't.
Why people are speaking on because he's just not using it properly.
So guess what? I just won't listen to the record.
Yeah.
I'm not.
But why?
I'm not going to go out and lead a movement of people to go against him.
Why you won't listen to the record?
Because you can't use booth shit to get me involved to market to me. You can't tell me, hey, inside of here is ice cold water and there's something else in there. Like I care about what you're marketing to me.
Yo, what Kanye did was something that you were telling me about last week. You know what I'm saying? With the form of marketing and all that shit right there. To rally, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna say what it was, but it was exactly what you said. And I realized that when I heard the music, I said, Joe, someone just talking about this the other day.
Yeah, but I'm also there's still, again, there's a place that I'm going to go. Like, even if I'm going to make fun of somebody and make a joke, I'm not gonna put his fucking kid up there.
Nah, that shit was crazy.
But that's the problem. That's crazy matters to me more. But it also is not going to make me lead a revolution against him. I'm not going to find the one black person in the space who doing some bullshit and lead my revolution against him. It's entirely too many white folk that's mistreating people, the system, to lead it against some person that I know really don't matter in the grand scheme of things.
Facts.
So if I'm not messing with Ye, I'm just not gonna listen to it. If I'm like, oh, I don't like how you marketed that to me, I listened to the first song. It sounded good. I'm not gonna listen to the rest of it. But I'm not finna start a movement of people to say, hey, let's join together and make. No, I'm not doing that. That's still a brother. I mean, no different than Drake. I don't give a fuck what Drake doing. I'm not finna lead a revolution of people to say I'm not gonna let. That's still a brother. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what dumbass punk shit niggas be doing. I'm not leading no revolution against no brother. Now, if I got a problem with that brother, I'm gonna deal with that brother straight up. I'm gonna tell you what I think. Even if I tell you on Twitter, I'm gonna tell you what I think about you. But I'm not finna get other brothers to oppose you. That's not. It's way too many people mistreating us, and I feel like that's what's happening. It's way too many brothers, you feel me, that's coming with creating whole movement. You don't even have a whole movement against nothing that's really fucking up our communities in general. But you trying to act like we in control of our community when this thing has been pushed down on us this whole time. And that's where me and Sherry argue. Sherry think black people could just lift themselves up by their bootstraps. But it is a cruel jest to tell a bootless man to lift themselves up by their bootstraps. And I don't care how far we think we came, we still in America, and most black people are bootless. Now, if all the rich and wealthy brothers was going to buy boots for every brother, then we could have an argument. But if you think every brother could wake up, every sister could wake up and be Sherry, you're wrong. If some brother think everybody could wake up and be this brother, you're wrong. The way trauma works is it could have a different effect on everybody. My brother is one way, I'm a whole nother way. My mother died, how we grew up. He went one way, I'm another way. We still both do the same shit, but we see life completely different.
Facts.
So it kills me when you have black people that really find themselves. And now it's so crazy because you have a bunch of people trying to steer the narrative and misuse it. You know what I mean? For places that it don't fit. It don't fit some of these places. It don't fit in some of these places.
Like, give an example, like what?
Like Drake taking on UMG. Now, if he's taking on UMG because they owe him some money, I'd be all for it. If he's taking on UMG because they banned him, I'm all for it.
So what he did don't fit the culture.
It's not about don't fit the culture. It's why would you try to get UMG to silence another black man that you're competing with on the
Where's
microphone?
the crime? Yeah, there's no crime. Where's the crime?
You know what I'm saying? Like, why your lawsuit is on the premise that they didn't scrub things that he was saying in this diss record. Well, they didn't scrub you calling this man abusive husband or boyfriend. They didn't scrub the thing in this thing where you said that, his best friend fathered his children. They didn't scrub none of this stuff in theirs, and you're not asking for that. You're saying, well, why you didn't scrub him calling me this name? And that's chicken shit. Chicken shit.
How are they putting together the whole thing about him being the savior of this whole thing, and he's gonna make sure that record labels don't hold artists back no more from where are they getting that part from in this whole situation though? Well, in a defamation case, like the message the message you had sent the other day where the dude was talking about, if Drake could pull this off and win the case, he's gonna open up doors for the artists to basically not be shelved no more. Where the hell does that come from with this case though? Where they saying that at though? Can you explain that to me though? It don't got nothing to do with this case though. Or was it another case? It
would suggest a prioritization of marketing for whatever reasons, or I think that idea is nonsense, but it would ring to the thought that everybody signed to the label is going to get equal opportunity to be propelled upward by whatever, and that's going to yield a democratization of exposure of artists, which is that'll last about an hour and a half.
Yeah, let's see.
The day you tell somebody how to spend their money is the day they stop spending money.
Yeah.
Don't even make that whole particular thing never made sense. That's why I never really got into trying to explain like, oh, he wanted out. None of that is true. It don't even make sense. That's not how the business works. But it's just weird to watch some brothers or sisters try to weaponize that thought. Oh, well, it's this is not him going. This is him going against his partners because they let somebody else, because he wanted them to control what this other artist said on his record. That's the lawsuit. That's what defamation is. The thing said in this record is defaming him, and you guys marketed this record, but they also marketed the same record where you're defaming him. So it's like, it's weird to watch people allegedly in the space try to make sense of it. And that shit is bothering me. And then this morning, you know, what's going on with Big U and all of these people, like, look, people got to deal with their own lawsuits. I'm not finna get in the middle of that. You know what I mean? Like, that's normal. You know what I mean? I wish the best for Unc and everything they got going on. There's some good dudes on, there's some really good dudes on that thing. They have some, here's the accusations, right? They're gonna have to deal with it. But it's a weird space where you watch brothers celebrate, or you watch brothers feel like this is a moment for them to kind of make entertainment, as if, you know, you should look deeper into the thought. Or people make this like this has something to do with gangs.
We just live in a world where people celebrate other people's downfalls. That's just the world we live in, the culture we live in now. Sadly.
Mm.
You know.
But yeah, but that's the point, Trap. Like, I'm not finna market a revolution of people turning them off from Kanye because I don't like what he's saying. Like, not as a brother. I'd punch him in his fucking face if I saw him. But I'm
so
not.
Are you going to lead by example by not listening to the music?
No, I'm not. I don't want you to follow me, Trap. I never said, hey, don't listen to the music.
Yeah. You just have no comment on it.
I'm not. I called Trap. I was like, the first time you gotta listen to it. Nah, man, that nigga pissed me off because I realized he did this to market an album. And it's like, well, if you would sell everything you believe in, like, so it's one or two things is true. One, you just won't give a fuck. You'll do anything to market something. Two, you actually believe this shit. Yeah. Either way, I'm not fucking with this record.
So you would just encourage people not to waste their money.
I think he just feel like he wouldn't encourage people to do anything.
Whatever you do, towards his influence, like when people listen to him, like what he say. So
he just feel like people gonna like it or love it if they want to. He just don't.
Yeah, and I'm not finna tell nobody else. My goal was not to tell nobody else. Don't listen to that new Kanye record. He doing. I'm not doing that. When I'm tweeting him, I'm telling him, hey, nigga, like that's some buster shit. Like you can't run around here tomorrow. Well, I'm rich and you know everybody else poor. That will get you punched in the face. That never mattered, bro. So I'm not like how that brother did specifically. He's trying to lead a movement of people
use that money to buy a good song.
Yeah, like nigga, listen to Ye. Tell me about if it's dope, if that's what you into. I'm not finna tell you what I feel about how he marketed the record. I mean, I'm not leading other revolutions on brothers.
You're not leading the witness.
Yeah. And I think that's what people confuse with gangs. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what people confuse with gangs. They think it's two people leading revolutions against each other. No, it's really two groups of people trying to make each other back off. That's really the truth. And if you it can't be a gang member that ever breathe air that you can't sit right here, that I couldn't make you tell you that truth. I don't give a fuck if you thought they was harder or less than me. When I tell them this, they're gonna be like, that's a fact. It's a bunch of people trying to make other people back off. So I think that's where people conflate, like somebody like me, where if it's like, they like, oh, you're a Crip. I'm like, what does that mean? I think in their mind, they're like, well, you actively pursue the death of other people daily. That's ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. It's dumb. And I get it because that's, if you're not in the mix, that's what somebody told you this. Somebody explained this to you. Like somebody told us in New York, they wrap around bonfires and they sit on.
Yo, come on.
For real, I've been just waiting to go to New York to run a bonfire in the stoop. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's like on my bucket list. Like, go to New York, stand around a bonfire, and like on the stoop. Like, that ain't that what it is? Like, I promise you, that's what, like on my bucket list. Ain't that what it is?
I feel like people understand like the click up principle.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
Incarceration. Man. Like, oh, you go in, you know, you gotta identify with a group for your own protection, for like as a force deterrent because you're an entity. Like they understand that in theory. I feel like the common man in like the penal system, but not as if the same principle applies in like the free world where there's guns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're not trying to go just unleash hell at any given moment, but there is a certain perception of deterrent, just to move around.
Everybody commits crimes for money. I wouldn't do something that I think is wrong for money. Now, what America says is wrong, that's not necessarily what's wrong to me. Like, it has to be my moral compass of what's wrong. So it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I think people will understand. Like, and obviously people don't understand this shit. Like, there's a difference between for money directly and for money indirectly. Like, you see that also in like international conflict. It's like not necessarily we're gonna, country A goes over and has a military campaign against country B for direct acquisition of assets. They might do it just for facilitation of a trade line, just to prevent obstruction.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's not directly, but it's Sherry's. I got to bring up Sherry's point because after she got on last time when she got the link, I'm scared of Sherry now. So there's been a whole ongoing back and forth here, and the conversation moved around a little bit. But the original thing she wanted to say was, she called me out for here, is she said Black people aren't celebrating. It's in proximity to where Black people live, so it's discussed by Black people more, I think, in regard to what we were saying before. And then it kind of expanded on that by adding that, because I said, what do you mean? She says, discuss more between Black people because of proximity to where they live, the Black community, quote unquote. So difference of option within the proximity is valid, so we can't label it Black criticism.
Well, I would believe that's true for her if she lived in Compton 20 years. And she's not a part of said like issue. She doesn't have true depth knowledge. So it's like even her talking about, like Sherry told a story about somebody that was a really good dude, but very much an active member of a gang. And all she worried about is, well, his kids don't have a father anymore. His children don't have a father anymore. I'm like, he knew that when he was in the middle of these things. He wasn't unaware. Like he's not a victim. The kids are victim of, if they're a victim, but they're the victim of choice or decisions. It's not about
So
like that's a choice.
Victim and casualty.
Huh?
So there's a difference between victim and casualty.
I agree he's a casualty, but it's also a casualty that people choose for themselves.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was kind of trying to define where that separation.
Yeah, like a
separation.
casualty at war versus a person that was a casualty at war versus a person that was just struck by a bullet.
Yes.
There's a difference of being engaged in combat of knowledge of the environment in which you're in. That's why they don't call them victims of war. They call them casualty at wars because they're agreeing to be engaged.
There you go. Barb. There you go.
Great way to put it.
Shout out to Michael Love. Thank you for the $20. What it do? Everyone at the lunch table, roll taco.
Michael Love is rad, and he's balling.
Wash your hands, my man, Mike.
What?
Nasty. Lunch lady's crazy.
But I was saying this to Squish. I was saying that to Squish. I think there's a generation of people who don't see, like they don't really know racism the way like Trap we grew up with it.
Oh yeah, I agree with you.
Like even how you grew up, King.
Yeah,
like you a decade over us.
Yeah, I agree.
Like
with
you know what I mean. Like people don't really know.
Well, it's popular to support us now, so it's different.
No, but that's my point. It's popular. It has a social cachet to support Black people, but it's still the same level of oppression. You know what I mean? That it was 30 years ago. It just looks cool if you say, "Hey,
they disguised it. They just disguised
it very well.
The racism now is not as blatant as it was when I was younger.
Shout out to Lex. How can we be held, the outsiders, accountable for regurgitating a narrative given by OG y'all held as the truth sayers? Yeah, but which you didn't hear it. Like if you go listen to Kenneth Turtle Johnson from Santana Block, one of probably the most charismatic and top 10 greatest Crips of all time in my book. It's amazing guy, very charismatic. Listen to what he's saying. Like you don't hear an OG saying, "Hey, you know what? Our job is go out and kill them people every day. That's our job. We gonna shoot them niggas every day. That's what we do." You know that? Yeah, nigga, we gotta kill all them niggas till everybody die. That's not the standard from the OGs you're talking about, right? The standard is telling you like, there's an interview where Turtle says like, you know, we used to fight, you know, fight all our differences, and then one day somebody starts shooting. Shit, so I was like, shit, these niggas don't shoot up. We gotta do what them niggas doing. Shit, if we want to survive. And the belief is that in any of these ghettos or poor communities, the active goal is, bro, we're not Russia or Ukraine, bro. We're not Russia, bro. There's no, we're not Israel or Palestine. Like we're not Israel or what's the name of that militia? The militia. Israel versus Hamas. Like we're not Hamas. We're not actively pursuing the end. We're not Hitler, and that's why I got so mad at Kanye. Like we're not actively pursuing. Like when I was a full-fledged gang member every day, and we were beefing with the Carver Parks, we were not actively every day pursuing the demise of a Carver Park member every day. Every day, some guy from 6-0 or A-Tray, they're not actively pursuing the end of each guy every day. I get the talk, but they're not saying that.
Yeah, I think people are just trying to survive.
It's easy to kill.
I got a question for
It's
you.
just like the Indians when they had the bow and arrows, and then they came with the shotguns. Like you're gonna adjust to what you need to do to survive when you're at war in this world.
You said something, you know, earlier about fighting, then it went to guns. How did the guns infiltrate LA like that? Because I heard stories.
Now we can get into the real conversation.
I heard stories that the CIA put it in there, because I know in Washington how the guns got into the streets, and it wasn't like,
Chicago too.
You know what I'm saying? Black people didn't bring the guns to the streets. It was coming off the base and stuff by white people selling that, you know, guns and stuff. So how did it infiltrate from fighting to all of a sudden a whole bunch of guns in the street?
Shout out
to Don, where the crack got in the street.
Shout out to Don Dub. I lived in Spooktown mid-'80s. What's crazy is, Don, I lived in Acacia or the Farms mid-'80s. I know what you're talking about. That train track that go right there down Alameda, down Willowbrook. I remember the trains that was left on the tracks. They had guns in them.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was hearing. Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
That the CIA just did that.
So, look, if I was going to revolutionize a bunch of brothers to actively pursue the demise of another group of individuals consistently, they probably would not look like me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I understand the nuance, and most of us understand that these are temporary problems. Maybe not at that moment in that sadness or under the influence of alcohol or drugs, but we understand that there's a little bit more to it than that's going on. So even like someone like Lex, where he's like, Glasses, what do you want me to say? You know, this is what the movies told us. And I'm like, it's a movie. Like, this is where you reach out to your brothers, you feel me? And you reach out to your brothers and get definition. But this is also Lex, why I said, like, they make fun of me because I told them I really just learned hip-hop in 2019. They felt like that was, oh, that's funny, jokes. Yeah, no, I didn't feel like because I saw Crush Groove or because I saw Disorderlies or because I saw Beat Street or because I saw any of those films. I don't care that I bought the second LL Cool J record or my mom bought it for me, or I like the Fat Boys, or I heard EPMD, or I heard Rakim, or I like Bigger and Deffer, that I knew what hip hop was. I don't care that I saw NWA in real life, or I saw Quicks Buzz in real life, and I got his autograph in 5th grade, and I grew up to his music dancing, that I understood hip hop. I don't care how close I was to seeing the Death Row movement and watching it develop. I never felt like I understood hip hop because I digested the product. Mm-hmm. I don't think I understand fucking Pepsi Cola because I drank it. And I remember the commercials. I remember Michael Jackson being in the commercials. I don't think I understand Pepsi Cola. I'm not that arrogant of a human. And I understand that's the confusion, is the arrogance of humans. Like you saw color, so you're like, I got gangbanging. Bro, no. So some white man makes a film about a fucking black thing, And you like, well, there it is. They told us about them guys.
But then sometimes one life experience with the promotion of television and those, you know, things, those stereotypes is what sometimes people feed into those stereotypes, because they have one little life experience or they see one little thing and then they just kind of just like magnify that into what it is. Like, you know, I think that's kind of what a lot of people do. They take a little something and they just make it the mass.
Shout out to No Cub. You had a superficial understanding. A generation of people were raised to think TV is real.
Real shit.
That's true.
Real shit.
Even if we was supposed to think that, I had no idea that I was supposed to think that.
A lot of times people don't even get outside enough to really see what outside look like. They got to see outside through TV, or even like just engaging with people and just, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, a lot of people learn a lot from the, but not understand at the same time. Television telling you lies though. At the same time though.
But
So,
so I don't know if I had wisdom for a child, but I never believed I knew things because I watched films about them or I enjoyed the products that they produced. Sherry, turn off your camera. I'll bring you on the stage because we ain't gonna really be able to see your camera doing something. So just turn off your camera, and then I'll bring you up here. You could just sound like.
I think people like, for me, I was scared of the back. I was scared of the back of the bus for years.
Turn off your camera, Sherry, so you could just sound like the voice of God.
How come when Sherry comes on, my square disappears?
Because I'm trying to get her to turn off her camera. She turns off her camera.
She could be on instead of my square. That's cool.
Okay. You'll be the voice of God. Okay, never mind, Sherry.
Oh
no, there you go, Sherry. Okay, perfect.
Hey
now
guys, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, now you just sound like the voice of God talking to us.
Okay, great. Hey Barbie, hey Coach, Trap Pete.
Hello, Queen. How are you?
What up, Sherry?
Hello, Sherry.
Barbie, you look very lovely, by the way. Just wanted to let you know that.
Thank you. Surprisingly, thank you.
You're welcome. What I wasn't gonna hop on and engage in this because at first I thought Glasses was kind of in his feelings and emotional the way he first came on, like it's a sad day for hip hop, you know. So I was actually kind of having a little bit of sympathy for him, like, yeah, his friends got arrested or his associates, you know, so it's really sad. But then once he started to call people like me who are realistic, Jandango, whoever that guy is, or
Dango. Shit, Dango was crazy.
Right. So once he started to do that, I just wanted to interject and remind Glasses of how he's very anti the word black on black crime, right? Like, don't say that, it's offensive, it's rude. And of course,
it's not. I didn't say.
Let me finish, Glasses.
I know, but let me make sure. Just hold your thought.
You ain't gonna leave.
I didn't say it because it's offensive, Sherry. I'm saying it's just not true. That context doesn't fit. That's all. It's not real.
Well, yes, it's not real because, like I was telling Pete, it's not real because of the proximity of where Black people live. So if they're going to do a study on crimes against each other, Black people live closer to Black people. So the crimes of black on black crime will be higher. That's what you're always saying. Same things with white people. They're going to do, if they're going to do a study on white crime, the white on white crime will be higher amongst white people because of proximity of where they live with each other. You get what I'm saying, Barbie?
Have you ever heard that said before?
I'll be honest with you. I look at life as that there's always a gray area in life. Everybody has their own DNA. Everybody has their own life experiences. And I've just learned to just say, okay, like there's no right or wrong. Everybody just has to not focus on who's right or who's wrong and just have understanding. If that's how you feel, Queen, that's how you feel.
Okay.
I don't have an opinion.
This isn't a feeling. This isn't a feeling. Well, these
from here on out, Mrs. Compton. I like that.
Well, she asked me. I just want to make sure I let her know I don't have an opinion.
So when you come on this show, Sherry, your name
so
is
these
Mrs.
are statistics.
Yeah.
Hold on. These aren't opinions. These are statistics. There's
I
higher
agree.
black
Crime
on
and
black
proximity
crime because of proximity of where people
No,
live.
I agree totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get that,
in
right?
general is interracial.
Right. So with that being said, that's why Glasses doesn't like the term black on black crime.
No, that's not the reason why he don't like the term black on black crime.
She's right.
Hold on. Let me finish, guys. Y'all be coming to his defense, and this is crazy because
I don't tell nobody to
right now, right now, over 20 people were arrested, right? Those are 20 families affected. Those are 20 people of these people affected, right? So now we're on here. We're not glamorizing the brotherhood anymore. I don't hear nobody mentioning the brotherhood.
What does the brotherhood have to do with anything?
So this is obviously gang related. Glasses.
That's not true.
Okay, so,
that's 117% not true.
Okay. So once again, this is gang.
Hold on, Sherry. First, let me tell you so you have facts. So you don't just go into this
Glasses, this is very much gang related.
Hold on. It's not gang related. I'm telling you, it's not gang related. It has nothing to do with gangs.
So no one there is in a gang?
That's not gang related.
No, I'm asking you a question. The people that were arrested, no one there is in a gang?
That doesn't make things gang related. There's crime.
That's not what I'm asking you. The people that were arrested are in a gang.
But don't do.
So
hold on, Sherry.
It is gang related.
No, it's not.
Civilian related.
Not true, Sherry.
So to have empathy for people that were taken off the street.
Hold on, Sherry. No, Sherry. But you're not. Sherry.
I don't get where
white people this. Don't white people this. No, see, that's the thing. Don't white people this, Sherry. Hold on, Sherry. Just listen. If you whoop your kid and you're a Crip, is it gang related?
Okay, so once again, you're using.
Hold on, just slow down. I'm gonna run through. Hold on, I'm gonna run through a list of crimes that can happen. Just listen. I'm gonna run through a list of crimes that can happen, and you just tell me, are they gang related? Can you whoop ass like a Crip when you disciplining your kid? Just yes or no.
The thing is, there's no such thing as
yes or no.
That's a dumb
question. Sherry, I look.
Those aren't realistic.
I gave you a monologue, but I'm gonna need you, Mrs. Compton, to actually participate a little bit.
No, that does not make you a Crip because there's no such thing as a Crip whipping.
Okay, so that a crime could happen. It could be child abuse, but it's not being a Crip. Okay, let's say you're driving 100 miles per hour. It's felony speeding.
Okay.
Is that done like a Crip?
Okay, so once again,
I'm just asking.
I'm not a Crip, so no, it would not be.
Okay, so then I'm telling you that these charges have nothing to do with gangs.
Okay.
So real quick, once again, real fast. I'm sorry.
Once again, most of these people, we have to agree and stop playing these games, are famous because of their gang association. To act like that is not the root cause of why they're famous because of their gang associations. And now once they are arrested, we're supposed to act like, you know what? They were civilians. This is black on black. I can't believe black people are condemning this.
Nobody said that.
This is the delusion.
But they are civilians.
A gang member is not a civilian.
They use a civilian?
Sherry, my question.
Wait, hold on. You think a gang member is a civilian, sir?
I do.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking to.
Hold on. One, let's start with this. The charges have nothing to do with gangs.
What were the charges?
It's a RICO.
Racketeering and conspiracy is real. Hold on. Conspiracy and racketeering, and it's being that they're being charged with the RICO because they're all associated with the same gang.
But in what act? In the act of selling drugs, in the act of killing people?
RICO charge, they have several charges, but the RICO charge in itself, Pete, is when people are charged as a group because they represent a gang.
Yeah, but in a group in pursuit of illegality.
So
that's murder.
It's organized crime.
Yeah, she's reading that wrong.
Right.
Okay, yeah, she's reading that wrong.
But the organization, the organization would be the relevant piece. So that's my point.
That's not true.
Wait, hold on. The RICO Act is organized crime.
Hold on, Sherry. That's just wrong.
But crime.
You're taking intimate information, making it general because you think it makes sense. That's not true. Hold on. Puff, what gang is Puff from?
Okay, so
hold on, because if we go listen, Sherry, if we're gonna do this in good faith, I need you to answer some questions. You're gonna have to actually back up some of this shit.
Right.
What gang is Puff from? They're charging with racketeering.
Not the RICO Act. Those are two different charges.
No, they're charging with RICO.
Charging the RICO.
So if we're going to say organized crime, we're only defining the organized part. I need a definition of the crime part.
You, Pete. Hold up, Pete. I got you.
Oh, gosh.
They're charging Puff with a RICO. What gang is he from?
They're not charging him with a RICO act.
They are.
Yes, they are.
You don't know that?
Let me
Yes,
look
they
this
are.
up. No, he's not.
Google and look, Sherry.
So what is the organized crime organization that they're saying Puffy represents?
You're missing the fucking. This is what I've been telling you for a year or two. R. Kelly was charged with a RICO. You didn't know that.
So if you're doing business, the only reason I could think of that someone will be charged with the RICO Act and they're not affiliated.
White people is being white people. And I'm telling you the problem with the thought. I'm telling you this particular crime has nothing to do with the gang. They're loosely using you. Money is not from 6-0.
We're talking enterprise.
Again, Sherry, let's deal with actually what's happening, not that silliness. What I'm telling you is, one, this has nothing to do. They're not charging their homies. The 6-0s are deep. That's not what this is. And everybody on that picture is not from 6-0. So it's not a 6-0 thing. Just be really careful with how you use that. But two, I got you, Sherry. So it's all you. I'm saying to you, what does this have to do? Tell me one of these crimes that happened in the name of a gang.
So once again, Glasses, you're contradicting yourself. The people in the top window said it themselves. The RICO is an organized crime, an organization. You're trying to say, well, some are from 60s, some are from this. They're all associated with being Crips. Let's stop here, right?
No, that's not what I was saying. When I said organized crime, meaning you mean organization versus organized. Organized means when there's a conspiracy of two or more people come together to organize that they're going to commit a crime. That's where RICO stems from. So it has nothing to do with an organization like the Girl Scouts.
The organization is the Crips. That's what the feds are saying.
It has to do with people organizing.
You know better.
No, so that's what the feds are saying. Hold on.
I'm asking you. So again, I'm asking you, what organization is Puff Daddy a part of?
So this is the thing. Once again, we're deflecting. We're here to talk about.
No, we're not. No,
we're totally deflecting because I'm trying to present my case. Glasses. You have to let me
live and die on this hill that you judge black people with.
And that's the thing. So so that's what I'm trying to understand with you, Glasses. So we can't say black on black crime. We can't say Crips on Crips crime. But when someone has a criticism of violence that's destroying Compton and other communities around the country, you're saying we shouldn't say that because that's anti-black.
I did not.
That is what you're saying right now.
No, it's not. I'm telling you, seem to find that's not. I'll tell you what I'm saying. It's me saying it. I'm telling you, you keep trying to reduce down what's happening into something digestible for your brain to understand. And I'm telling you, it's just crime.
That's it.
Okay. So they're gangbangers too.
Don't stop doing the white thing.
You got the whole Crip store. Glasses. You got the whole
Crip details and everything, history and everything.
But usually,
what they doing
today online, nobody's the biggest Crip. It's very just convenient. Before it's
people have to understand it's just one human being against another human being in this world, and it's just called crime.
So, Barbie, where did you grow up in LA or Compton? What neighborhood?
I'm just a South Central baby, so
so you should know the politics.
No. So this the thing. No. Hold on. This is what you understand. No one can say what I should understand. I'm my own person.
Barbie, don't take it personal. It's not
against you. I just want you to understand.
Hold on, Barb. Sherry, what are the politics?
The politics are very simple. Well, hold on. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Barbie.
No. Hold up, Barb. Tell us what are the politics.
We all know the politics.
No, we don't.
That's what I'm trying to explain. Hold on, let me say something. This is what people like Sherry and everybody else have to understand. You're judging by the outside. You could never understand that I am a daughter of a woman from Venezuela and a man from Cuba. You don't know what politics of my life that I've experienced to understand. I learned English in the 6th grade. I have gone through some things in life that you don't know. So you got to stay on that side of the room and get to know this side of the room. You can't judge it from that side and just think from the outside, because the politics that I've experienced in life are not the same as King, is not the same as Glasses, and not the same as yours. And you have to learn how to.
I'm sorry to hear about your struggles of being in America.
No, I'm just saying those are the politics that are different that people understand. I don't know about gang politics.
Wait, hold on. I don't want Brandy to take the or Barbie to take this personal. It seems like she's getting
No,
a little
I just want you to
No,
understand.
I think y'all have a two
Glasses,
different
let me
conversations.
talk. Charles,
Yeah.
stop interrupting me. You're
I
not
know,
letting me
but
talk.
I
Hold on, I have
to
to address
but-
Barbie
but-
because I don't
but-
No
want
legal
only-
names.
The only reason I have to keep you here because you'll go somewhere else to make a point that's not. We're trying to get you to where we're trying to get you. That's the
No,
job.
the thing
Just
is,
listen.
the
Hold
thing
on,
is, Glasses.
hold on, because you have to back up some of this stuff. Shit.
Oh,
What
my
are the
God.
politics of LA Crips?
I'm just about to tell you. If I keep getting interrupted,
Got you.
the politics of LA and Compton and Watts gangs, everyone knows there's a visible lines where every hood and every set is. To act like there is not gang territory is delusional. So that's what you're acting like right now. Like there's no territory, there's no Crips. And if crimes happen,
I'm
it's
asking
just
you, what's the politics?
Hold on. Those are the politics.
That's
It's
not a
individual
politic.
lines. Oh my God, Glasses.
Sherry,
That's what I seen on. That's what I seen on TV. That's what I seen on TV. That's what.
No, I didn't see nothing on TV. I am born
Well, that's
and
what I
raised
see on
in
TV.
Compton. I'm from
So then what
Compton.
politics have
Born
you
and
ever?
raised
So here's a
over
better
20
question.
years.
So here's
Listen,
a better. So here's a better question.
to
What
act like
politics?
there's not
Here's,
gang
oh no 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 no
politics
no
is
no
like
no
people
no
come to
no.
LA and get
I'm
killed
gonna have
'cause
you
they
right
think they
here,
can
Sherry.
go
We're gonna
wherever
stay
they
right.
want.
We're gonna stay right here.
Your talk is your
What
rhetoric is very
politics have you
dangerous.
ever had to adhere to?
So I'm going to say it again. There's invisible. You have to answer this question because you're denying it. Do we agree or not agree that Compton, LA, Watts, or wherever now they're in the Inland Empire, gangs are separated by invisible lines that are territory? Would you not agree with that?
Yes, like states.
So you do agree?
Yes.
Okay. So with that being said, hold on. Now it seems like you're opening up your brain.
No, I'm asking you, where's the politics?
Wait, you got to stop. This is really getting
no, you have to go.
Glasses, because you keep interrupting me. And the funny part, no one here is going to be
What
honest
is
with
the
you.
politics, Sherry?
I just told you those are visible lines that
So
separate
what are the
gangs
politics
by-
in those
the
invisible
politics-
lines?
Glasses, you know the politics. You can't.
I'm
just go
asking you.
wherever
You
want.
said you know them. I'm asking
I
you.
just told
I don't
you.
believe them.
You cannot. The politics are there are invisible
No,
lines.
no. That's not a politic because there's invisible lines, Sherry. What are the
Glasses.
rules you have to adhere to?
Glasses. So once again, there are politics in
Sherry,
LA.
what's the policies you have to adhere to when you cross individual lines?
So you're asking me for an employee report. I'm not a part of the gang.
Then stop
But I
talking
grew up-
like you
No,
are.
that's what you want. You want a work detail of what they should do.
I'm telling you, if you don't understand politics, you shouldn't be talking politics.
But that's the one politic that I always tell people.
This is the thing. This is the
If
thing,
you're
right?
not from the streets, you can't.
So,
hold on.
being that I'm
Listen.
from the streets, right? Barbie's
Hold
a
on,
little
a course or
I'm from the
principle of
streets.
action?
Obviously,
A course
that's
or
how I'm from
principle?
the streets.
Hold on, Sherry.
Everyone knows that.
Hold on,
So the
Sherry.
thing
Hold on,
is-
Sherry. Listen.
Glasses.
This is what a politic. This is politics and policies.
Wow.
A course or principle of action adopted or proposed by a government, party, business, or individual. I'm asking you, what are the policies that you know to be
Those
true and that you had to
invisible
adhere
lines,
to?
I answered you 25 times.
No, you
Those
didn't. You gave me
invisible lines
individual. Hold on, Sherry. You gave
I'm
me
answering you
individual
again.
borders. Hold on,
Those
Sherry.
that you
Hold
know
up.
not to
Hold
cross.
on, Sherry. Stop doing that. I'm asking you, what are the policies you have to adhere to? You.
I just told you. So you just can't run free from here to there. Everyone knows certain
a lie.
areas you can go to. So let me finish.
That's
So with
that's
that
not
being
true.
said-
I'm telling you, that's not true. That's not
Glasses.
true. You drove down Wilmington your whole life across all those invisible lines. What happens to you?
I don't let you understand. You saying her as a civilian.
Did you open up shop in Nickerson tomorrow?
Because I'm as a Crip, she can't be asking me because I'm telling her I drive
basically
across
told
those
me because
lines all
I
the
said I was
time.
from South Central. She said that there's politics that I know. The only
And
politics,
I'm asking you, what policies
the
do you
only
know?
politic that I've ever had to deal with and growing up all sides of LA and going to every school because I've been kicked out of a lot of schools is that I'm not from a gang, so I don't talk about gang stuff. Stuff that is not in my lane, I stay out of. And everybody that's from LA know if you ain't no Crip and you ain't no blood and you ain't never been put on no gang, then you stay out of certain conversations that ain't for you. So that's why I'm silent because I'm really from LA and that's only politic that we know. It's mind your own.
So Barbie, so stay silent. So back to you,
Thank you.
Glasses.
Go ahead.
I
I'm
said-
silent
No,
because I want to walk these streets.
No, she
Okay, no, but she said she's gonna stay silent because she doesn't know. So
So my question to you is, why don't you?
So Glasses, back to you.
On
Back to you.
culpabilities.
So once again, like I'm saying, you
Sherry,
keep
I
saying,
need you to give me one policy
Glasses,
first.
I just
no,
gave
no.
you
I don't want you to dominate. What I want you to do is adhere to what I'm asking on this show. That's
okay.
where
So
I'm
this
at.
is what I'm going to say, Glasses, because
Give
you're
me
not listening.
one policy
Okay.
that you have. Okay,
So I
Sherry,
just
hold on,
told
Sherry. I
You
got
gotta
you, Sherry.
understand what he's saying that
Hold on,
you have
Sherry.
to go through.
Hold on, Sherry.
So,
You hold on, Sherry. Where we lived at Caldwell, right? You walk straight down Caldwell, right? You walk west past Caldwell, right? You cross Wilmington. You go into another community. What rules do you have to adhere to?
okay, so since we're having the struggle Olympics, I'm going to give a story. Trap. So when I was younger, my brother, who's from West Side, very well respected, and OG, very well respected. I was and he's 18 years older than me, by the way. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I was raised in the street with OGs. So 18 years older than me, I'll never forget. I was maybe 5 or 6. We were driving. I want to say we were somewhere in LA at we were somewhere where my brother had to get out the car to open the trunk because he couldn't get the trunk open. Long story short, we literally almost got shot at by rivals from the area we weren't supposed to be in. So for me to say that I've witnessed firsthand, my brothers have been shot at. Listen, walking home from school. I'm talking about walking home from school. It's only a 20-minute walk. Trap. Hold on. Walking home from school with my childhood friends who are guys. Somebody else rivals come through. You think they're going to be like, you know what? I'm not shooting at the girls. They were shooting at all of us. So for Glasses, so I'm saying, Trap, listen to me. Keep up with me. I'm saying this because this is what I've experienced. This is what my family has experienced. I've lost friends like crazy. So
that's the question he asking you then.
Glasses knows this already, though. Remember we talked about the shooting on the horses. This is stuff we've already talked about. But please,
I'm asking you. I understand things. I understand crimes that have happened, Sherry. But I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to get you to stop using terms that don't fit.
So the words hurt your feelings.
So I'm questioning to you because it's important. Because once you figure out what makes sense, then you could see what I'm saying.
So this is the thing, Glasses. The people that were arrested, right? These are not regular people like me who were just living my life.
What do you mean they're not regular people? See,
can't do that.
When we having
because it sounds savage. It sounds you paint them as savages when you say they're not regular people. You can't do that though. Don't do that.
Let me ask you this: is Big U affiliated with Rolling 60s?
Sure, he was.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he is a 6-year-old man.
No, but the terms of saying regular people just sound kind of like
his son's in NFL.
Context, it's a fair statement. It's
that's what it is.
So any gang member is not a regular person, huh, Sherry?
Is that what you think?
No, my brother is a regular person. What I'm trying to say is this
is he a gang member?
Hold up. Let Glasses literally just keeps interrupting me. It's like
that's King.
Oh, okay, King. Sorry.
Is your brother a gang member?
Yeah, very active, and many of my
he's
cousins.
A regular person.
He's a regular person to me. Like Glasses said, hear me out. Remember, he just said this to y'all before I logged on.
Because you understand him, right?
Of course, and that's why I want you to stand.
So the people you don't understand are not regular.
No, wait,
people.
hold on, King. Let me hold you right there. Remember a few minutes ago, King Glasses just gave y'all an example how I was sad that one of my childhood friends died, and he was saying I shouldn't be sad because they're active in the street.
Not what I said.
That is.
I didn't never say you shouldn't be sad, Sherry. I did not say that.
Okay, but you said that he's active, so he knows what comes with it, right?
Yes, I did not say. Notice that those are two different things, Sherry.
No, we're on the same page. You said it.
I told her she was traumatized.
Sherry, in your defense, I just feel like in myself, it took me a long time to do certain things. Like I don't let people ride in my car with hats on. So I just feel like there's certain things in life that she's been through that she's just traumatized.
I agree. That's all I be telling her.
So Barbie, so with that being said, to act like this is the conversation. I don't know if you heard that topic where Glasses was arguing with me for 3 hours a few weeks ago. I said that gang violence causes PTSD to the whole community. Remember we had that topic?
Yes, I did see that for you guys going back and forth. But I just think that,
and this is the point I'm trying to say. So this stuff affects a whole community. You're more worried about the people that got arrested, which is what they signed up for. Hold on. Which is what they signed up. Glasses, stop. Shut up. This is what they signed up for, so it's expected. But their kids didn't sign up for that. The baby moms who are
nobody cares.
Let me finish. You should care.
You got to make your own decision, Sherry.
Glasses.
Sherry, hold on, Sherry. Now you got to shut up. Now you got to shut up, Sherry. Now you got to shut up because you're about to irritate me. Listen.
You're always irritated just by my opinion.
Stop talking to listen, Sherry. Stop talking to listen. Sherry, this thing happens. It don't matter if there's gangs in the Bay Area. It's happening in every ghetto in America around the world. It has
It doesn't
nothing to
make it
do
right.
with gangs, Sherry. Anything you mass poverty in, Sherry, is going to have the same effect. It's going to have the same trauma and violence, Sherry. Every ghetto where there's no gangs at.
But we're not talking about every ghetto
Sherry,
right now.
it matters because you're missing the point. That's what you're not talking about.
Gang
I'm telling you, this is what you should. Hold on, Sherry. Let me finish.
Gang violence? No, you got to answer me. Does gang violence cause PTSD to the community?
Sherry, stop saying gang violence. It's just.
What do I call it?
Hold on,
these words hurt your feelings. You're in California now.
Then what do you call Bay Area violence, Sherry? What do you call Bay Area violence, Sherry?
Glasses. Listen.
What do you call Florida violence, Sherry? What do you call the violence close to where you at now?
Glasses. And whatever violence, wherever it's happening, it affects the community. Glasses.
So stop crying.
Glasses.
That's what I want you to do. I want you to stop specifically. Listen, Sherry, you ever notice that's the same thing happening? All of these ghettos. Listen, Sherry. Listen. Hold up, Sherry. Some of these places don't have Crips,
gang violence,
Bloods,
all of those
or
ghettos.
Pyrus. Most of these places, Sherry, have none of those. So what do you call the violence in the Bay Area that looks exactly like? Right. Hold on, Sherry. Listen. Sherry, one thing is being smart, right? You're very smart. Wit is everything. The ability to come back is everything. Intellect is listening. You have to listen with a clear mind to hopefully process what I'm saying, so we can finally get across this bridge.
Go ahead.
We could finally get across this bridge, Sherry. What do you call the violence in the Bay Area that looks like the same violence in Los Angeles?
Okay, so once again, Glasses, we're talking about areas I
answer the question.
No, stop it. Stop deflecting.
No, you gotta answer, no, because this answer will lead to something that you just answer the question.
Stop.
No, but you're not understanding what he's saying, though. You're not understanding. Hold on, Sherry.
You guys are not understanding.
Answer the question. When the same type of crime
I don't know those gangs or what to call.
No,
I'm asking you, what would you call the violence?
The same type of crime.
Florida, they literally
same violence. What do you call it?
Just two people, two energies. That's like.
What would you call the violence? What do you call the violence happening? Hold on, Sherry. Hold on, Sherry. Miami has no Crips and Bloods.
But they have gangs.
Okay, the Bay Area doesn't have what you call gangs. What do you call that violence when those two neighborhoods have problems?
How do you know what the Bay Area has? You're from Washington.
I mean, I only go to the Bay Area. I've been going to the Bay Area, I don't know, 40 years.
We're sticking in our
I'm asking you, what do you call it?
No, we're sticking in our communities. Barbie, tell him.
No, hold on. No, we're
Barbie,
not.
You got to be neutral. He needs to stay back in his community. He's now taking it to Oakland.
The problem is
they were just talking about humans.
Hold on, Sherry. You're not in the community.
Glasses. Violence causes PTSD across the whole community.
Across the world.
Okay.
The world.
So you do agree that this
violence is hard.
And it's causing PTSD to people that are not active gang members or active
military
members or active brotherhood
or
right?
criminals.
So
but also
hold on, Barb. Or active criminals. Period.
There you go.
Glasses. So with that being said, for us not to act like these people are associated with the neighborhood or identified with
telling you, you just like that.
They're being charged.
You're a bad politician. You're a bad politician because I'm telling you right now I'm giving you something that's light. And I'm telling you, and you are avoiding it because you want to focus on poor Black people in Los Angeles. I'm trying to give you more.
Because that's where I'm from, Glasses. I'm in my hood. I'm
you ain't been here for 30 years. So what I'm telling you is
only 15.
Same thing. But what I'm telling you, Sherry,
I moved when I was like 25. I was a big adult.
22, Sherry. The point I'm saying to you is this. The point I'm saying to you is this, Sherry. What do you call it when there is no gangs and it's just crime having the same thing? You sound like a white racist person.
Okay, so the crime, so the violence that these people that were arrested today, you're saying it's okay as long as we don't say Crip.
I'm asking you, first off, they're crimes, right? They're crimes that they're being accused of. I'm telling you, the crimes have nothing to do with gangs. Nothing. Right now, they're being charged as criminals. Even the organizational part of the racketeering charge is more based off of this group of people being together. You immediately went to say it's because they were all from 6-0. And I'm telling you, that's not true. I'm telling you what you think that is. It's not. So then I'm relating to you because I know the actual crimes they're being charged with have nothing to do with anybody being from a gang. Even the organization itself wouldn't be the gang. It's not called Operation 6-0.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying to you is, Sherry, start right here. Back to this point. There are no politics. There are things that you could do to egg on a community, Sherry, and that's how it is. And most people know what they're doing. If you don't, most people will give you a pass.
It's okay to take off your Crip hat today because the block is hot. I get it, Glasses. You have laid down your
I am from
I get it. No, I get it. I'm just saying, King and Barbie, I get it. Trap is still trying to hold him up. But today, Glasses is not that Crip that he was last week.
Head over to www.thecripstore.com and buy some merchandise, please.
Yes.
Sherry. We shipped out your package.
I did that. You shipped it to me.
Thank you.
I think
because I'm supporting your business.
As you should, which has nothing to do. So that doesn't mean you're supporting gang violence.
So to the kids or whoever's listening out there, don't listen
Life
to Glasses.
ain't nothing but
careful when you come to LA. You need to be careful. Don't be trying to do no tours to the Nipsey
not in LA.
Memorial. Don't be trying to just roll through Compton. It is still popping off over there.
We got the Florida PDA going out, a PSA coming out for LA.
So y'all got to be very careful out there. It's very active gangs. That's why a lot of those rappers go out there and die because they think, oh God. No, but it's true.
That's a whole nother show right now.
Glasses, that's a whole nother show. Like Glasses that says it's safe to just
I go to California. I go to California, have a good time.
Again, this is No Ceilings Live, the lunch hour every Monday.
She got Colors Part 2 on her head.
Noon Pacific Standard Time, right here on Digital Soapbox. Click the thumbs up button. Let everybody know you in the house. If you're on Twitter, retweet this link. If you're on Facebook, share this post. We do this stream to support the No Ceilings podcast. Look below. Fresh episode just dropped tomorrow. It's great. Go listen to it on Apple Podcasts or iHeart Podcasts or anywhere you get your podcast from. The No Ceilings podcast, executive produced by Charlemagne the God, the Black Effect Podcast Network, and iHeart. And we are out because Sherry is killing.
No, hold on.